All right. We're going with Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris.
I'll probably go Chuck Norris. Heard some small stories about Bruce Lee, not like just only doing like other stuff, but Chuck Norris actually going in the tournaments and actually fighting. So Chuck Norris.
The feeling of seeing like a body just like drop cold in the mat, it's beautiful. It's just you applying the technique and seeing that it's just one touch. It's just 1 second and the body just drops cold and the person cannot move, you know.
Everybody says, you know, you get your top 5 athletes out there, you know, on a basketball team. You got Barkley, you got Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, all that. Who's your top 5 fighters you walk into anywhere, ain't nobody fucking with, you guys knocking everybody out?
Shit, I got Francis Ngannou. I got Izzy. I got Demetrius Johnson. And I got Kamaru Usman. Oh, I got one more?
No, you included. You included. So Nikes or Jordans?
I'll go with Jordans all day. I'm rocking some right now, bro.
What you got on? What you got on? Let's see real quick, man. You got the 13s on? What you got, bro, man? Let's see. He walking into the gym. Retro 5.
Yeah,
OG, white cement. Take us into the locker room with you. So when you're walking out of there and your name's being announced, what's going through your mind? Are you... All right, y'all. MMA Locker Room here, part of Pub Sports Radio, live in San Antonio, live in the studio. You know I had to come down, man. We got UFC Fight Night coming around the corner in like 24/7. What? Yeah, about 24 hours from now, you know. So I had to hop on the plane and come out here and visit visit Pub Sports Radio hometown and enjoy the fights, man. But that's tomorrow, man. And we got some locker room talk going on today. I got a special guest backstage, man. He got a fight coming up, you know, not next week, not next month, but it's coming up. And when I'm talking about, man, it's going to be one of the fights that a lot of people got their eye on. A lot of people's going to be watching. Why? Because this guy right here, man, when it comes down to it, 10-2 record, 8 finishes, 7 subs, 1 KO. I mean, his fight resume, I think, is probably one of the better ones in the division. We'll just go ahead and bring him on now. I mean, he goes by the name of Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Welcome to the show.
What's up, brother? How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Good, man. Good, man. Finally got to catch up with you, man. So, you know, you got a fight coming up. It's a little bit down the line and everything. So what are you doing right now as far as your training? Are you doing 2-a-days or what's the training going like right now?
Some days are 2-a-days, some days are 3-a-days. And as I get closer, it just tapers down. But just normal schedule, 2-a-days, 3-a-days. You know what I mean? Just game planning right now and getting in shape. But
got it.
I'm working. I never stop working. So I mean, it's like it constantly. Like I'm always in fight camp in my mind.
So when you say you never stop working, I find that a little bit, a common thing that I hear with certain fighters that I consider a mixed martial artist instead of an MMA fighter. I found out that, like, you know, a lot of MMA fighters, they only train when they have a fight. But the martial artists, they seem like they kind of live in the gym 24/7. Is that kind of like what you do?
Yeah, definitely. My fucking garage is like completely a gym. So like all I do is train, and when I come home and I'm bored, train again or like play in there with the kids. But yeah, I'm definitely like always doing something.
And when you're talking about training and coming home, where's training at? Because I mean, you're out in Durgan, California, correct?
Dunnigan, but I recently bought a house out in Sac. I was commuting fucking like 1 hour 30 each way for a long time, and I was fortunate enough to be able to buy a house with my wife and my kids and put them in a better school district. And eventually, when I retire, I'm gonna go back to my farm and Dunnigan and shit, or Zamora, and kick it out there and live the farm life. But for now, I'm in Sacramento. I train in fucking El Dorado Hills, my garage. My coach comes to my house and trains me for striking and stuff. So it's been just a blessing, man. Living closer has made a lot of things easier on me. So, and then I get to spend more time with my kids, which is the only thing that really matters to me. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, congrats on buying a house. You know, that's a big step out there. You know, and you know the way that the real estate market is right now, it ain't that easy, man. So,
Oh yeah,
right.
tell me about it.
And
No,
then
yeah, but
another thing too. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, but we made it happen, so it all worked out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, first time homeowner, man. So that drive though, that drive that you used to do an hour and a half to the gym and from the gym, like when you're doing a long drive like that, what would actually be going through your head after like a hard day of training? Would you ever kind of think like, you know, this really ain't worth it? Why am I doing this? You know, putting in all this work, driving this far, or would you
Nah,
just always kind of know like this is all the game plan?
man, I've been doing this shit since I was like 15, 16, and I just knew back then like I didn't want to be a mechanic. That's what my dad was. I was like, fuck that shit, man. I definitely was not smart enough for school, so that just canceled out right there. So I just ended up fighting, and like I fell in love with it. It was fun. It was like competitive. You know what I mean? And I like fighting, so it's kind of worked out. But no, I've been doing this shit since fuck I was a kid. Yeah, it sucks sometimes, and like I tell my kids all the time, like, look, I don't get paid to train, so I only get paid to fight. So make sure you fucking when you guys pick your job that you use your brain. You know what I mean? I'd rather see my kids like do something good with their life, and I'm not saying that martial arts is not good, but it's a hard living. You know what I mean? It's not for everyone. Um,
When you started off training mixed martial arts though at a young age, were you just training it to kind of learn the skill, or did you always kind of plan on competing and fighting later on down the line? Because a lot of people are just doing it just to develop the skill, but
yeah.
know in your mind.
I was planning on fighting. I mean, like when I first started, me and my friends and shit would do like front yard fights and shit with each other, and just fight in the backyard. And like we didn't know the rules, honestly. So we'd knee each other in the face on the floor and shit, and elbow each other. But it was fun. I liked it, and I was like, man, I can see myself doing this shit for a living. Like all I do is kick with the homies and fight them. Like that's easy. You know what I mean? Like say less. Get paid
Yeah.
for this shit? Hell yeah, I'm in there.
So who are
But
some of the fighters that you used to watch like back in the days as kids to where it's just like, hey, that's me. I'm gonna emulate that. Me back in the day, I used to watch wrestling a lot. So I used to run around in my underwear thinking I'm Hulk Hogan. So is there any
yeah.
UFC fighters like that to where it's like, hey man, I'm Forrest Griffin, I'm Matt Hughes or anything?
Honestly, I didn't watch it. I'm like I said, I'm from Dunnigan. There's not a fucking thing out there. If you like Google Dunnigan, there's nothing out there. Like we hadn't fucking like slow ass internet and shit, so I really didn't have TV. It's like, that's why we were fighting and shit, because we were fucking bored just doing shit. You know what I mean? As I got older and like watched a little bit of highlights here and there, I would say Anderson Silva is like who I looked up to, and then from like Anderson Silva and Max Griffin, I've known Max since I was fucking like 16. So realistically, I just looked up to him because I knew him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I still look up to him. He's like a big brother to me. Him and Marinoble, like those were who I looked up to growing up. That's all I really knew about the fight game. You know what I mean? I didn't have like access to fast ass internet and shit like that. Those are my role models. Where they were like people that I could see and that were actually helping me. So like that's who I looked up to.
Yeah, because I was doing a deep dive, cool friends over here with Max Griffin over there. But yeah, man, it seemed like you guys got those real throwback pictures. I'm talking about years and years from then, and y'all stayed real close, y'all stayed real tight.
That's my brother, yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
so when you have somebody that already made it into the UFC, did that a little bit kind of like catapult your career? Because I remember when you came into the LFA, man, you came off there smoking, man. I mean, wins over Brandon Allen. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people in that little organization. So you kind of rose up real quick and made it into the UFC pretty quick, right? I think it was like what 7 fights, if I'm not wrong. I could be wrong.
I want to say it was like 7. I want to say it's like I was 6-0, and then I got the Allen fight, I believe, or I might have been 5-0 and fought him, and then went 6-0. I think I don't even fucking remember, man. I can't. I don't really remember that much of it. I need to go back and do my homework on myself too. Shit.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. No, so it was. So you got the first loss to Marquez Perez, then you bounced back with the win over Young Park. Had a fight with Kevin Holland, 2 former LFA fighters. You bounced back with the
Yeah, he smoked my ass.
oh man.
But shit happens, you know what I mean? It's part of the journey, you know what I mean? It's how you live and you learn.
But let's be so I kind of remember that one. if I remember, it was a body shot, right?
Yeah, that fucking shit folded me.
Got
Hit me with a
it.
fucking body shot, and then I couldn't fucking breathe. And then I was like, that was all she wrote. You know what I mean?
But I will
But
say this though, because a lot of people at the time was kind of saying that was the one way to attack you was,
yeah,
to the body and stuff. So one of your weaknesses. But I will be honest, man. I mean, Instagram shows, man. It seems like you've been putting that work in since then to tighten up everything too on certain aspects and putting on a little bit more fitness and stuff like that. You've been working on
yeah.
your body stuff, right?
No, yeah, I've been doing a fuck ton, like, man. Every lesson, every loss is a lesson. You know what I mean? What I learned from fucking him was condition the fuck out of your body. So like now when I go to fight, like after practice, we usually have a fucking group of guys that circle up with MMA gloves on, and we fucking hit each other as hard as we can in the stomach, and you just gotta fucking take it.
Yes,
So
sir.
I will say by like fucking 9 weeks of that shit'll change your life. You'd be strong as hell. Be able to eat anything, you know what I mean? But no, yeah, I've learned my lesson, and I've been just trying to grow from there. You know, martial arts is you live, you learn, you don't usually die. So
And I mean, not just that. I mean, had a couple of injuries in between there. A lot of canceled fights. Some with some big
no,
names like PPP and stuff. But I will say this: I think that time away really is just perplexing your game a little bit. So like we
yeah,
have a thing out here to where we have a predictor called Uncle Wheezy. He calls you the king of cardio pace. He's actually in the chat right now. The pace that you put on, they compare you to a young Cain Velasquez out there. And how do you feel about that?
I mean, we low key look alike, so I'll take it. You know what I mean? He's a fucking champion, and he was a fucking dog at his time, so that's a compliment. You know what I mean? I'll take it. But yeah,
So when you look at your strengths, do you kind of focus on your cardio and you being able to push the pace as one of your strengths, or is it like, nah, man, I got that finish ability, bro. I got 7 subs in here. They don't want it with me on the mat.
man, honestly, like all these motherfuckers are good. And once you hit the UFC, everybody's good, everybody's sharp. You know what I mean? Honestly, I just fucking try to go in there and hurt them. That's like the only way to do it. You know what I mean? That's the blessing of like an actual fight is you don't have to hold back. Like in the gym, you can't sleep all your partners because you don't have fucking no one to train with. You know what I mean? In a fight, I just want to make sure that my cardio is good and I can fucking swing balls at the wall for fucking 3 rounds, 5 rounds if it needs to be that. But I mean, yeah, I feel like conditioning is key. I've always learned that in like all my fights. I probably have fucking over like 30 fights. I've been fighting for a very long time. Like when I was 16, I was doing a bunch of like underground fights and shit.
Getting paid?
Nah, I wish. Just experience. Just fucking experience, man. Like when I was 17, I fought a 36-year-old cop and knocked him out in 40 seconds.
You knocked out Popo?
Yeah, it was a fucking Max set it up, fucking guy. He told me I was going to sparring, and I pull up to this sparring session, and it's fucking full KJMA fights. So like, I had my fucking sister, my dad warmed me up in the back. I was like, all right, here we go. I just went out there and did the damn thing.
That's what I'm
But
talking about, man.
yeah,
So it seems like, you're kind of a student of the game. So let me ask you, like, do you study your opponent alone on your own, or do you just kind of look at the tape study when you're around your coach and you're in your camp?
I'll study a little bit, but just to get a couple of tendencies, you know what I mean? But I don't give a fuck about his game plan. I'm here to do what I'm here to do. You know what I mean? My coaches do a lot of homework though. I'm super thankful for that, and like I have great coaches that will they'll know everything about the motherfucker, and they just say, hey, trust, do this, this, and this, and I've been with them for so fucking long. I trust everything they say. You know what I mean? By fight time, we're all in sync and we're all on the same page, and it just happens.
Is that MMA Gold Fight Team you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm with MMA Gold Fight Team, but one of my coaches, he just opened a new gym. He's a kickboxing coach. His name's Thomas Fallon. And then my other coach has a jiu-jitsu studio like down the street from ours. And he's a D1 wrestler and fucking black belt in jiu-jitsu, Elliot Kelly. He's a fucking monster. And then I have my coach, Jim West, who I've been with for fucking, since I was like 19. So like for fucking 10 years, 11 years.
So right. So
yeah, I've been with my...
Go ahead.
Okay, good. I was just say I've been with them for a minute.
So in other words, because your 3-fight win streak that you're on, pretty much didn't change the camp, didn't get with any new coaches or anything, just rode out with the same people and just pretty much hit the gym and put the work in to bounce
Yeah,
off with the 3 win streak?
no, 100%. Like my coaches, if they feel I need people, certain looks, certain sparring, they bring people in. I mean, I feel like some people lose a fight and then they fucking just leave gyms. I'm not about that shit. I've been with the same people for the same time. Um, like maybe they doubt themselves or something. I don't know, but I have never doubted myself, and I'll fucking take my chances against anyone. Like as long as my team's in my corner, I know they got my back. I mean, let's fucking run it.
Yeah, no, I like that right there. You hit it on the head, man. Some people, they get that loss and then they change the camp and think that's going to change everything, but then they still fight the same. One thing
Yeah,
that I look at is like fighters. Let's just say, if you struggle with takedown defense, you should probably be in the gym working on takedown defense and grappling. But instead, after they're done working out, they're doing kicks on the heavy bag.
yeah. Motherfucker, what is that gonna do? Yeah, no, 100% agree with you on that shit. I mean, if you're not gonna do your homework, you're gonna fucking show up and fail the test. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So you got to do your fucking homework.
Speaking of doing
Got to put in the work.
Speaking of doing the homework and doing the time, man. What you know about your opponent coming up, Edmen Shahbazyan, man? It's gonna be a a
He's
tough
good.
fight.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good. The couple of losses he's had were grapplers, but no, he's fucking great. I think it's a step up in competition for me, and I'm fucking excited. I got nothing bad to say about the guy. He's fucking good. He's good everywhere. And I'm just looking forward to the challenge. You know what I mean? I think I have the tools to beat him, so I'm gonna go out there and do what I do.
And then let me ask you something. Just because we were speaking about fighters like changing camps after a loss, this one might be a little bit different though. What do you feel in his case, in his scenario, coming off of a 3-fight loss streak? Do you think changing the camp or something like that might have been good? Because right now he's training at Extreme Couture.
Oh, that's a great job. But I didn't even know where he was at before. I really don't care. Like I said, I just pull up and fight, man. I keep it simple. I'm not trying to overthink, no bullshit. I'm just gonna show up and fight. Give him hell, give him my best, and that's all.
I like it. I like it. So how do you think the division is shaping up right now and changing? You got a new champ. They're gonna face off in the rematch. You got new guys coming in left and right. Bo Nickel, Kazmat Chimaev. How you feel about the division?
I really don't give a fuck, man. Put him in front of me and I'll fight him. Like I'm getting paid. It's two guys. They got 2 arms, 2 legs. They got a fucking chin. They can get dropped too, just like anyone. You know what I mean? Puncher's chance when you got those fucking little ass gloves on. So I think just gonna I'll have to be sharp to fight those type of dudes. You know what I mean? And I believe by fight day, I'm always ready. I'm beyond ready. So I really don't give a fuck about like all these new guys and shit. It is what it is. I'll see you soon.
My man said he ain't worried about nothing new, man. Been in UFC since 2019. It's 2023 right now. Walk forms. I like that. But let me ask you something. When you're walking out though, like who do you not playlist? Do you got a certain artist that you play before the fights, before practice, that gets you in a certain mind frame?
I usually yeah. So like to walk out, I usually walk out to Mozzie. That shit makes me want to fuck somebody up.
Oh yeah. Oh, good music, Mozzie. Oh man, let's go.
I want to calm somebody out usually by fight time. But like before then, I'm usually just chill, taking naps, like listening to like chill music, not trying to get all fucking hyped up. The fight doesn't happen till the fight happens, so it's just chill until it's time to warm up and go.
I feel that. We were speaking about your hometown and everything. Come to find out, man, you're like the most popular guy from the hometown. I think they
I told you there ain't shit out there, bro.
an award for you and stuff, man. Like I was like, wow, I felt like it was like Jebediah Springfield off The Simpsons or something. Name it after you out there when it's all done.
Fuck, there ain't shit out there. I'm about to be mayor soon. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, man.
Nah, there ain't shit out there though. It's just country town and beautiful. I love it out there though. Like I would say the difference from here or from being in the city and being where I'm from. Everyone where I'm from is polite, say hello, how are you? Like everyone's hella cool. Out here, people fucking mug and shit.
Yeah.
Crazy to me, bro. I'm like, I'll slap the shit out of you.
If they only knew, right? Yeah.
People are fucking wild, man. People are wild.
I kind of trip on this, man. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna say I don't understand people.
I kind of trip on this. Like you being a UFC fighter, it's like Saturday comes, you're in there, adrenaline pumping. Just knock somebody out on ESPN Plus. 50,000 fans watching it live and stuff like that. But it seems like sometimes when fighters come back home, that next Monday, they're back at the grocery store. It's just a regular day in line, and nobody even recognizes them or knows, like, hey, man, he was just in a badass fight. You're just on with your regular life. Ain't that kind of like
No,
a weird?
it's humbling. It's humbling. You know what I mean? Like, not everyone watches it. I don't blame them. I mean, I don't fucking even watch the shit, really. So, like, who am I to judge them? You know what I mean? Like, people got shit to do. I mean, it re-humbles you. You know what I mean? Like, we're all human. We all got our own shit to worry about. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Just do the best you can to be the best example you can be when you're out there. I think that's all.
Got it, man. We're gonna run through these real quick, random questions, man. It's gonna be, real quick, sporadic, man. So, let's see. Who would you rather listen to, The Burner or Wiz Khalifa?
The Burner, is that like is that just Burner?
Yeah,
I don't know. I listen to both of them. Like, I used to listen to Wiz a lot more when I was younger. I don't even know if he still makes like newer music or what, but shit. I'll say Burner because I listened to him the other day.
got it. All right, who's walking out the gym? Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal, Muhammad Ali, or Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee for sure.
Flow like water, huh?
Yes, sir. My dad was a big fan of him, so like growing up was always Bruce Lee shit and like on the TV and stuff. So I'd say Bruce Lee for sure.
All right. Give me an example of scary dudes in the division and guys that's just too nice in the division.
Scary dudes?
Yeah.
I don't really find people scary, but I don't know. Nice guys, man. Everyone's nice. I'll say Puna. I love that fool. I love him. Puna's the coolest dude ever. I got hammered drunk one day, threw up on someone, and he fucking carried me out of the arena. So like, I got mad love for him.
Okay. Yeah, that's damn. Okay.
Yeah, Puna's a real one. He's the homie.
Got it. All right. Would you rather be a part owner of the UFC or a part owner of Bitcoin?
What was the second question? I didn't hear that.
Part owner of UFC or Bitcoin?
I don't even know a fucking thing about Bitcoin, so I couldn't. I'd say UFC.
Got it. All right. Well, so we'll get to it like this then. All right. So if you had to take 5 fighters with you to go into any gym, nobody's messing with your top 5, present or even before, who is it? Starting with yourself. You got 4 others.
Me, Max, and then they got to be UFC fighters?
Nope. It could be any MMA fighter.
Man, I don't even watch fucking fighting like that, so I couldn't even name like other people. Shit. Give me Mike Tyson.
Yeah, you taking Austin Lab with you? What you doing?
Fuck, bro. I don't know. Give me Max and a banger. You got this. Nah.
All right. That's all you need, dude, man. That's all you need.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I really don't fucking. I don't know.
Got it, man. Let me just ask your thoughts real quick, man. You been watching anything going on with all this MMA stuff with the James Krause betting on the MMA and everything like that and how it's unfolding? Do you watch and keep up with all that stuff nowadays?
I don't watch a fucking thing, man. I don't even watch TV, bro. Like, I'm probably the worst person to fucking interview. I'm not gonna lie. I don't fucking really follow fighting that much. I really I don't know. I just live in the now, and I really don't give too much fucks. You know what I mean? I'm usually too high to give a fuck, to be honest.
So, that was my next one. What we smoking? Indica or sativa?
Fuck. It depends. Nah. I usually smoke on indica. It's because it's what I usually get for free. But if I get sativa, I fuck with Jack Harrer heavy. I love some Jack Harrer.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Blunts or backwoods?
Fucking blunts was it Dutches are blunts, right? I would take a Dutch because fucking backwoods are rough, man. That shit.
Yeah. No,
I'll smoke whatever's in the circle though.
Man, hey, you should meet up with my man Matt Favola, man. He be smoking it down too, man. So I think if you ever came across Matt Favola, y'all definitely click up and link, man. He a real one.
Sounds good. No, that sounds like a fucking blessing. I'm always down for a fucking smoke session. It's a good vibe. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Max was telling me about his trip out to New York City and stuff, where he was like in these like secret smoke studios and stuff. Burner was in and stuff, and It's like, wow, man. Okay.
Yep. Max is a fucking people person, like on steroids. That fool just meets everybody and talks to everybody. That fool's hella social. You can tell he grew up in the city. My ass
Yeah,
has
yeah,
been secluded my whole life, so like, yeah, I just keep it easy. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's crazy. So for the people out there, then, man, because I'll be honest, you don't really do a lot of media or a lot of interviews. So I mean, like, tell us about yourself. Tell us a little bit about your family. What you got going on? Like, what's important to you? Because I already know watching MMA that ain't important to you. Staying up, latest with all the fights, that's not really important to you. So what's important to the Hernandez family, and what's a family
Yeah.
tradition or superstition that you got?
Fuck, I don't know. I'm like just trying to be the best dad I can be for my kids before I die. That's about trying to get them in a better situation than I had before I had to fucking grow up and be an adult. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to help my kids be ready for the world because it's a fucking cold world out there, and a lot of people don't give a fuck about you. So that's my main goal, is to have my kids ready before I die. Really, like the other shit, I really don't give two fucks about. Like, I could go missing and I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, it's whatever to me. Like, the reason I'm doing all this shit and trying to go fucking so far is for my kids. I'm trying to leave a staple for my dad, leave my last name, never be forgotten. Rest his soul. Did everything he could for me to be like where I'm at today. So that would be like just paying my respects to my father. And then I don't know. I just gotta fucking, I guess, have my kids see my kids be successful, and then I can leave this world and be happy.
Let me ask you something. Did your dad make you the man you are today?
Oh, for sure. That fool whipped my ass a lot. It made me tough as hell. Worked my ass off. I remember going to work with him, fucking all-nighters and shit, coming home at 6 a.m. Yeah, I've been working for a very long time with him, and like he would just come home with hella like hay, sacks, and like that was my job. I had to unload everything, and like I grew up a country boy, you know what I mean? Grew up with hard work, fucking bicep parents, and that's all I know is work your ass off and fucking get in hell. So been doing it my entire life.
It kind of shows, man, because that's the way that you fight. You push that pace and that cardio. You're not in there trying to figure it out. You're not in there trying to coast. You say, all right, I think I won that round. Nah, man, you in there trying to get the job done.
No, yeah, like I said, I've been fighting for a very long time. Like, even when I was a kid, like 4 or 5 years old, my dad would not separate the fights. He would just stand there and be like, no, let him go. And like, we'd be fighting for 20, 30 minutes sometimes, fist fighting. So like I said,
damn.
Yeah, I've been fighting for a very fucking long time. Like, I don't get nervous. It's like the one time I feel free. You know what I mean? I can just go get that shit. So yeah.
Fuck, God damn, man. I'm so glad to hear all this, man, because it's one thing, man, because a lot of fighters, they say no matter what, you always get that little nervousness when it's time to fight, no matter what, and you're over here just like, nah, man, I really don't. Like, I know this is my time to go out there and walk out. And, for a lot of people out there that sometimes bet on fighters, that's what you guys want to hear, man. That confidence ain't never going to be shot at them, even after a loss or anything like that. So, yeah, man. As advertised, man, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez is live in the building right now. I'm going to give him this minute right now so he can shout out his sponsors, shout out his team, shout out anybody that, he just wants to, and, so he can pay his bills and tell us what to expect for 2023.
Man, what to expect? I want to get ranked this year. That's my main goal. And then as far as the shout outs, I just want to say shout out to my coaches, everyone that helps me out. You guys know who you are. And I appreciate you guys being there every day when I need you guys. That's all I got to say. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Like, I always like to keep it real out there, man. So for the people out there, man, I've been talking to Fluffy for a while now, trying to get this interview lined up. And, this is the first time it ever happened to me. So I like to keep it real, and I'll just put it out there, man. Like, I looked it up, and I thought he was from the Bay or somewhere, and I said he was from the wrong part of town. We had the interview set up, and he did the realest thing ever to me. He didn't respond back the next day. And I was like, wait, what a minute. I'm like, hey, we good? He was like, nah, man, I ain't from Southern Cal. And I was like, oh, man, I knew it. And I'll be honest, man, like, I respected him so much for doing that and even keeping it real like that and telling me. And I was like, man, that's never happened to me before. And it made me do my homework even more. To where I was like, I'm never gonna let nothing slip up again, or I'm never gonna like jump the bullet and shit. So I
No,
appreciate it, man.
hell yeah, I appreciate you too, man. I really do. Thank you
For
for
sure,
keeping in
man.
touch and fucking being fucking on that shit. You know what I mean? And I'm glad we were able to do this and set this up because you're cool as fuck. I think
I
everyone
appreciate it,
deserves
man.
a second chance in life. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah, man. That's exactly, man. We got it now. We got it knocked out, man. So you
Yes,
know
sir.
how it is, man. We're live right now at Pub Sports Radio. I'm out here in San Antonio, Texas. I was gonna ask him who does he like in the fights, but you already know my man Fluffy Hernandez. He don't give a fuck about the fights tomorrow. He don't give a fuck about who's fighting tomorrow. None of that. He's just saying, just come and see me when it's my time. If that's Bo Nickel, come see me. If that's Hazmat, come see me. If Pereira, you know what I mean, if he gets up there in the next couple of, hey, come see me. DDP, you want to come see me, man. That's Fluffy right there for you.
Sir.
Yes, sir, man. So I just want to appreciate everybody for tuning in and rocking with us right now. Just remember, man, it's Pub Sports Radio. F the rest out. We the best out. Tune into his fight. It's going down in the month of May. I'm gonna be keeping you guys updated with it. So right when he does come out, definitely, man, you guys want to tune in on there. He's fighting on the main card too. They don't got the full fight card filled out. Only got about 4 fights on it that I looked, but he's definitely on the main card, man. So you definitely want to tune in. MMA Locker Room here, Pub Sports Radio. Don't worry about the mother shows. We the best out. Seconds out.